Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel IB Methodology, your space for mastering IBDP mathematics. So in today's video, I am solving 2025 paper 3 solution. This is my part 2. So this was the second question given. Now let's see. It says consider the model where the cities of Bogota, Moscow and Nairobi lies on a flat surface. You can see these three cities over here. So what we have to do is we have to find the distance between Bogota and Moscow. So between these two I can write it as x and I can attempt to use Pythagoras theorem. So x will be under root base square plus perpendicular square. When I will solve it, I will get my answer as 65.4. You can also write your answer as kilometer. So this is how I will solve my first part. Now for the second part it says find the bearing of Moscow from Bogota. So to solve second part, first let's understand how to calculate bearing. Bearing from a point is always calculated with respect to north and we always go in clockwise in terms of angles. So in this we have to use arctan and I can write it as 12500 divided by 6000. When you will put this in your GDC, you will be getting answer as 64.4 degrees. So this is my bearing. Let's move on to the next part. It says in reality these three cities lies on the curved surface of the earth. Now the curved surface model is using the coordinate system XYZ. The important point to note here is this is having radius as 6000 km and the north pole P lies on Z axis and Nairobi is modeled as being on the equator and lying on Y axis. Now P has a position vector this and N has a position vector this. We have to use the scalar product to find angle between P and N. So let's start. Since we have to find the angle, so I can use dot product and I can write P dot N is equals to 0. I have to write the vectors. So it's 0, 0, 6 dot product with 0, 6, 0. So when you will do the dot product, this is how we will get our answer as 0. 0 plus 0 into 6 plus 6 into 0. So this is how you will get your answer as 0. It means the angle is 90 degrees or I can say pi by 2 in radians. Now the B part says show that the distance between P and N along the arc from P to N is 3000 pi kilometers. We can use the formula S is equals to r theta, that is your arc length formula. I will write it here. Arc length formula. Just now we calculated theta as pi by 2. So I can write my S as radius is given to me 6000 kilometers and theta is pi by 2. So when you will solve this, you will get answer as 3000 pi kilometer. This is what the question has asked. Now for the next part of the question, point A, which is also on equator, has a position vector 600 as shown in the following. P and A are the same points. Now what we have to find is vector A cross P. So to find the cross product, let's first write the vectors, and P is the north pole, so I can write P as 0, 0, 6. So now what we have to find? A cross P. So we will try to use the cross product. So I will write it in this form, I, J, K. Now my I is 6, 0, 0, 0, 0, 6. So when we will solve this, we will get 0 minus 36. You can use your formula booklet to see how to solve this. Now let's move to the next part. Show that the angle at the vertex A is 90 degree. So to show that the angle, first we have to find out A cross N. So again, to find out A cross N, we will use the same, but before that we have to write N vector, which is 0, 6, 0. Now A cross N, I'll write in the same manner. A was 6, 0, 0, N is 0, 6, 0. So when you will solve, you will get A cross N as 0, 0, 36. Now since we have to show that the angle at the vertex A is 90 degree, means we have to now take the dot product. So how I will take the dot product? So A cross P dot A cross N. So I will write the vectors again, 0, 36, 0. This was the result which I got earlier. Dot product with 0, 0, 36, which is my A cross N product. So when you will solve, you will get 0 as your final answer. Since the dot product is 0, it means the vectors are perpendicular, or you can say angle at vertex A is 90 degrees. Now in the next part, Moscow has a position vector this. Now it is given in the terms of theta. We have to show that theta is 57.3 degrees. So we will first write Moscow's position vector, which is 0, 6 cos theta, 6 sin theta, like this. Now Nairobi lies on the equator with position vector 0, 6, 0. This I have already written earlier. So we will assume angle between M and N at the center O as theta. Now we will use the shortest distance along the sphere, that is S is equals to R theta. Now radius was given to me as 6000, so I can write as 6 theta, where my theta is in radians. This is important to note. Now given that S is 6000 kilometers and I can write as 6 units, which corresponds to 6000 kilometer. So 6 theta will be equals to 6. So from there I got my theta as 1 radian. Now when we will convert radian into degrees, because my question is in degrees, so I will write theta as 180 by pi, that is approximately 57.3 degrees. So this is how I'll do D part. Now next part of the question says Bogota B has the position vector given to you as this. We have to find the shortest distance between Bogota and Moscow on the sphere. Now to solve E part, first we will convert this sine 120 degree value into the number, and then we will solve sine and cos both. So when we will convert and take the values, so it will be 6 into root 3 by 2. This will be 6 into minus 1 by 2 and 0. So if we will solve it further, it will be 3 root 3 minus 3 and 0. So we simplified B first. Now let alpha be the angle between B and M. So we will first do dot product of B dot M, that is 3 root 3 into 0 plus minus 3 into 6 cos theta plus 0 into 6 sin theta. m value you can take from the previous part. So if you will solve this, you will get 18 cos theta. So my b dot m is now 18 cos theta. Now the magnitudes of b and m are equal, and they are equal to 6. So I can write cos alpha as minus 18 cos theta upon 6 into 6. Now how I am getting, because I am using the definition b dot m as b modulus m cos theta. So now if we will solve this, you will get minus half cos theta. Now to get this, now we have to use our theta as 57.3 degrees from D part solution. Now my cos alpha will be minus half cos 57.3 degrees. If you will use your GDC, you will get 0.270 in negative. So alpha will be cos inverse minus 0.270, which is nothing but nearly equals to 105.7 degrees. Now we have to calculate the shortest distance. So shortest distance will be r alpha. My r is given to me as 6. Alpha will be 105.7 pi by 180. Now when we'll solve this, s will approximately be equals to, you can write it like this, or you can write it as 1.11 into 10 to the power 4 kilometer. Now in this part it says bearing from B to M is defined as the angle at vertex B in the spherical triangle containing B, M and P, and it is again given to us as B cross P value. So using the method we did in part C, we have to find the bearing from Bogota to Moscow. So we will first simplify this B cross P. So I will first copy this 120 degrees minus 36 sine 120 degrees and 0. So when I will simplify this, you can use your GDCs to simplify this 0. So this is how I will get my B cross B. Now from part C method, bearing is the angle, I will write it here. My bearing was the angle between B cross P and B cross M. You can check C part for this. So first we will find B cross M. We will do it like this only. So 3 root 3 minus 3 and 0. Next is 0. These values you can check from the previous part, sine theta. Now when we will simplify this, we will get minus 18 sine theta minus 18 root 3 sine theta and 18 root 3 cos theta. So we got our B cross M. Now we have to do dot product. So to do dot product, we have B cross P and we have B cross M. So we can write it as 324 sine theta plus 324 into 3 sine theta. I will put all of them in bracket, and once we will simplify, we will be getting 1296 sine theta. Now let's talk about the magnitudes. So magnitude of B cross P is 36 and magnitude of B cross M is also 36. So again, if I write my dot product formula. This will be magnitude of B cross P into magnitude of B cross M. Let's say cos beta. So this is 1296 sin theta 36 into 36 into cos beta. So my cos beta will be 1296 sin theta upon 36 into 36, which is nothing but sin theta. Now using previous part, I can write my theta as 57.3 degrees. So my cos beta is nothing but sine 57.3 degrees. So use your calculators, you will get 0. This. So beta is nothing but cos inverse 0.842, which is approximately 32.7 degrees. Now since Moscow lies on northeast of Bogota, so the bearing, you can write bearing as 32.7 also or 33 degrees. We should put a 0. This is how we write bearing. So this is our answer. Alright, that brings us to the end of this paper 3 solution. If this solution helped you understand the concepts and exam approach, do give the video a like. If you have any doubts or would like to see more IB past year questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to IB Methodology for more clear exam focused IB math content. Thank you for watching.